Live from our studio in Springfield, you're watching News Channel 20 at 5.
Tonight at 5, another hot day in central Illinois. The dangers the heat and COVID-19 can pose for the homeless.
Plus, the fight over Governor Pritzker's executive orders continuing, the latest developments and what they mean for you.
And why a Chatham daycare is still open after an employee tested positive for coronavirus.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Hansen.
And I'm Stacy Skryzak. Another hot day here in central Illinois, and there could be storms heading our way in the next few days. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke. And we had some showers today. It's those spotty ones again.
That's right, Stacy. Again today, a very hot, very sticky, very steamy day. It really feels like a steam bath when you step outdoors. Right now for Springfield, though, we do have some dry conditions, currently 89, but it feels like it's 94. And for a lot of us, our heat index and feels like temperatures were in the upper 90s, even the low 100s earlier today. So what a sticky day. And of course, all this heat and humidity has helped to fuel some pop-up showers and storms. Right now, we do see some of these scattered across the area. Right now, some thunder showers very close to Lincoln, also to around Delavan and Clinton. And then we've got some showers too bubbling up around Jacksonville. Then more thunderstorms though rumbling around Champaign and Rantoul and stretching down towards KZ and around the Marshall area as well. We'll still be dealing with more scattered showers and storms tonight, but better chances for these scattered showers and storms though tomorrow with highs back into the lower 90s. Coming up, we'll continue to track these thunderstorm chances. Your complete check of your forecast is coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Cheryl. Don't forget about the WICS weather app. You can find it for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Well, as Cheryl just mentioned, those temperatures continue to climb. COVID-19 is creating a new problem for the homeless. News Channel 20's Alyssa Hui has more on how shelters are adapting to try and help them during the hottest months of the year amid a global pandemic. Alyssa?
Well, John, Helping Hands, the only men's shelter here in Springfield, is doing its best to provide a cool place to stay for those who need it, especially as the weather becomes more hot and humid.
It's horrible because there's no place to go. There's no cooling center.
Robert Monroe, who's been living in Springfield for 11 years, says it's a struggle living without a home.
I spent the night across the street and under the canopy right there in the corner of the Catholic Charities, and then I came across the street and went to sleep behind the building here.
With temperatures up to 90 degrees, Monroe hopes he can get into Helping Hands for shelter and a place to cool off.
Try to get a place to stay, get a shower, walk around feeling sweaty and dirty. It's just mentally draining.
Erica Smith, the executive director of Helping Hands, says they've been working hard to get people in the doors while also keeping people safe.
We have a very careful process. They do COVID-19 testing, and then we offer them the opportunity to isolate so that they can enter emergency shelter.
With social distancing and health guidelines, only 41 men are allowed in the facility.
There are a lot more people than that who need shelter, but for our agency, our goal is to continue to increase that amount, but we have to make sure we're doing it in a safe manner for everybody.
Helping Hands is almost at full capacity, and Monroe is hoping he can get a spot in the door.
Try to get cleaned up and accumulate some clothes and get my clothes washed that I'm wearing and, start from there.
Smith says if you are in need of a shelter, calling them is the best way to arrange a COVID-19 test. And then from there, they'll also be able to tell you whether or not they have space here in this shelter. But for now, reporting live in Springfield, Alyssa Hui, back to you.
Thanks, Alyssa. Now, cooling centers that were open in previous years are currently closed because of COVID-19. The city of Springfield is, though, working with Heartland Continuum of Care to open some cooling centers soon.
Now to the coronavirus. Pleasant Park Child Development Center in Chatham hasn't completely shut down after an employee tested positive for COVID-19. News Channel 20's Noelle Ford spoke with the daycare and health professionals about what those procedures are that daycares need to follow when an employee tests positive. Noelle?
Well, daycares follow policies and guidelines set by the Illinois Department of Public Health and the Department of Child and Family Services, which includes notifying parents about any positive cases and sending anyone with symptoms home.
The Illinois Department of Public Health advises local health departments work with daycares when a staff member tests positive.
We may know the facility, so once our nurses start working with the facility, it's somewhat like we do with long-term care. Help give us a diagram, a floor plan of your building so that we might see something that you might not.
Gail O'Neill, director of the Sangamon County Health Department, doesn't think the whole facility needs to shut down.
We've had some experience with other facilities that just managed it. They closed a room.
But Pleasant Park closed 2 rooms the employee recently worked in.
The children in these rooms don't switch hallways or switch places like a school. They're self-contained and have the same teachers.
Pleasant Park found out about the positive case on Monday. They say, quote, "At this time, we only have 1 positive case. All parents and staff were notified on Monday. Pleasant Park has followed all DCFS and IDPH recommendations and will continue to do so." The health department also did contact tracing to see who was exposed.
For the nurses that have been doing contact tracing with the person who was the one that we identified as infected, and then working with the owner or the manager of the daycare, they kind of work through a scenario of who is exposed.
The health department will continue to work with Pleasant Park to make sure there are no further outbreaks.
According to DCFS, anyone who tests positive for COVID-19 can't return to a daycare until they test negative for a virus, have no fever for 72 hours, and receive a note from a medical professional. For now, reporting live in Chatham, Noelle Ford, News Channel 20.
A lot of good information there. Thanks, Noelle. Testing, it is available at the Sangamon County Health Department.
Well, an update after a Clay County judge ruled Governor Pritzker exceeded his authority during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Illinois Attorney General filing an appeal last night to dismiss a count in that lawsuit. News Channel 20's Jordan Elder joining us live now with what this means for the case. Jordan?
The lawsuit originated over the governor's stay-at-home order, but Bailey told me the motion today wasn't one he was expecting. The motion says a Clay County judge's ruling last week can't go into effect because it was incomplete. Officials with the governor's office say Phase 4 of the Restore Illinois plan is still in effect. Representative Bailey was looking for a final judgment to take effect immediately, but he told me the Attorney General's move wasn't one he expected.
I'm currently waiting on my attorney to give me an explanation, because account 1, we dismissed that. So see, that's what I'm a little perplexed. Why the governor has waited so long to appeal, and then number 2, what the purpose of dismissing count 1 is.
Representative Bailey filed the lawsuit because he felt Governor Pritzker overstepped his authority in his response to COVID-19. The Attorney General's office declined to comment because the litigation is ongoing. For now, live at the Capitol, I'm Jordan Elder. Back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Some interesting developments. Now, for more on the lawsuit, you can visit our website at newschannel20.com.
Well, state officials announcing 36 new deaths due to COVID-19 today. It brings the total deaths in Illinois to more than 7,000. The numbers also show another 980 new cases of the virus today, totaling more than 149,000 in the state. More than 1.8 million tests have been given. Now, the latest numbers from Sangamon County are in for today. It shows 13 new cases, bringing the total to 483. The county is announcing no new deaths. That total is 34. So far, 364 people have recovered.
And don't forget, you can find the latest coronavirus coverage and information on emergency hotlines on our website at newschannel20.com. And then while you're there, make sure you sign up for our newsletter. That way you can get local news sent right to your inbox.
Coming up next on